And hello to all my Aquarius friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for November 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you guys a Celtic cross spread. It is a great spread for general readings because it looks a little bit in the past, a little bit in the future, but it focuses the most on what is right in front of us, which in this case is November. So interesting things lie ahead there. The Celtic cross also is the only spread that I do that focuses an entire section, a card there, a placement on the environment. So something around you is going to be very important in November. We're going to check that out. We're also going to do an angel protection card at the end. They've asked that I do a little extra there. That's just going to give us a little push in the right direction, a little extra information or something like that. Also going to conclude your reading with a rune stone, which I always do for all the signs. So we have a lot to talk about, Aquarius. Let's get started, shall we? The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save us all a bunch of time. I'm going to bring you in right here so you can watch. I'd like to share my table with you guys. And we are on and recording. There we go. Okay, so what I'm doing now, guys, these are my ritual cuts. Basically, we're cutting each deck into thirds, 3 different parts, putting them back together in a separate order, and that satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. Same procedure for personal private reading, so it's just like you're here with me now. Now, the Celtic cross does get a little tall, and my camera here is kind of like wide angle here, so I will move it around to make sure it's all in view. It'll probably be difficult to do at first, but let's get started. This is you and all that you are. This is what crosses you. This is what's behind you, the recent past. This is what's in front of you, the near future. This is what's above you, something that you're aware of. This is what's below you, something that you're not. Always a fun one there. And then we have running up the sides, which is probably off the screen or close to it, with 7, 8, number 9, and number 10. I'm going to bend in just so you can see it, hopefully, right there. So here's what we're looking at. Let me check my inverts real quick, make sure we're good to leave it alone. Looks good, good distribution. About half and half. So this is your main cross right here. How do we look on this? Okay, you can see it enough. This card is basically, you can see the bottom of it, you see the whole thing. It's all wands. So there we go. All right, so I'll move it around later. The card work there is done with the exception of my people cards. I just need to see if they're talking about a person or if they're talking about the energy of, and this is a person here. Over here, is this a person? No, that's discarded. Over here, is this a person? Also no. So we do have one person showing up in the bottom position. The rest is the energy definitions. The last thing I need are a couple angel oracle cards just for my big themes. We got one here right in the center. Okay, making room here a little bit. And then we have one up here in spot number 9, and that will do it. Okay, guys, so let me just move this around to show you. I'm going to put that up there. Yeah, that should work. All right, so here is the cross. Your main cross is to the left of my hand here, starting at the bottom with the Page of Cups, going to the tippity top here with our 8 of Wands. That's your cross right there. You can also see the Queen. That's the right, the future position. Over on my right here, this is card number 7, 8, number 9. Let's angle it like this. 9, and then 10. Our final outcome is going to be up here. And there you have it. So let's get to work, Aquarius. Let's do it. All right. Create a little bit of room, spread it out, undo the clutter, clear up this energy. Okay, Aquarius, let's see what we got going on. To start right at the beginning, we have the Lovers card. So this is either you and somebody else, whether this is a romantic relationship or not. The here and now focuses on 2 people. One of them, of course, is you, lovely Aquarius. The other one is somebody else. They may or may not be Aquarius. Doesn't specify that. In fact, they're probably not Aquarius. They're probably Earth sign. At least that's what's coming in next as far as prominent. So with the Lovers card coming in right away, it's a focus on the family. It's a focus on this relationship, even if it's a friendship, that, let's say your friend from out of town, your childhood friend is coming into town in November and you get to hang out with them, spend time with them. The energy would still be correct. It would still be the Lovers card. It's 2 people working together, spending time together. So that's where we start. Okay, so that is the advice if you're not already doing something like that, is this would be a good month here to do work with somebody else here, whether it's work or whether it's just hang out, whether it's casual or whatever. Maybe it's even health related for all I know. It's an unspecific kind of bound card, so it has very kind of wide-reaching gasps here, and that is why the context of a general reading is huge to make this make sense for you, because we have a lot of great Aquarius Aquarius tuning in, and the energy does get a little, muddled up here. And that's why personal private readings are always the best. And I do offer a wide variety of those on my website, scottsagent.com. Very affordable range too, from low all the way to full service. Now, what they show, what crosses you here in November, is big money. Big money. It can also be health, but usually the King of Pentacles is talking about a big payday, big paycheck. In this case, it's blocked, so it's not popping in November. Maybe some of you are waiting for some money to arrive. In this case, they're letting you know, hey, it's not here yet. Maybe later November, more than likely December at the earliest. It's just not here now, and it's affecting the family. That's why it's on top of the Lover's card. So it's affecting this relationship of some form. And maybe, it's probably a lesser chance here, but the likelihood is that, I still try to give it to you all in a general, but there could be a situation here where money is the deal here between these two people, and it's like paying back a loan, or it's like helping somebody out with money, but it's just like, nobody's upset about it. It's just, the time hasn't become right. The money hasn't arrived back yet at the source. So that's what they show. They show money on a block. Probably just looking ahead a little bit here, probably a good time to save here. Let's move to the past position here, because they talk about money again there. So let's see how we got there. We got here with hard work. Okay, so hard work is still eking in to your current month from prior months. So the work that you've done financially, maybe money that you saved up, etc., from October, September, August, maybe even further than that. You've been working hard, saving money, hopefully, or maybe, it's just both ends out, working hard to make it, and then working hard to spend it. Very easy to spend it in this market. So that's what they show. They show hard work is still being a deal currently. Okay, so I would say probably don't give up on the hard work. It's a good. It seems like a good push to have, especially when we move into the future position, because here we're talking more about work-related stuff, work, business, enterprise, area of study, entrepreneurship, for most people, the JOB. But here we have the Queen of Wands that's coming in an invert, which basically means that we need more nurturing in the workplace. Coming up soon. This is not here right now. So this is going to be either later in the month or even maybe into December. A lot of my Aquariuses are going to have to put the focus in the work corner. Okay, so it's just letting you know that. It's giving you a little heads up. Work is going to need the energy. So there we go. As we move into the above position, this is something that you are aware of, and that is that we have the fastest card in my deck. This is fast traveling news, fast energy. You guys are aware of that. This is maybe a very busy time for a lot of my Aquariuses. Not a surprise for most people. And that if that's not the case, that's the advice being pushed very hard by Spirit, is like, hey, we got to get moving with things here. You got to do things with either the work corner, because it is Wands. Anytime we have Wands as a suit, they like to be talking about work corner stuff a lot. So it's a kind of an extrapolation from the future position. So they're letting you know here, like, things are getting busier, or maybe, this is coming soon. This might not be here right now, but you're going to know when it gets here, because it's going to be very clearly evident that that is the case. Now, as we move into the bottom position card, this is the spot here where they're telling you something that you're not aware of. And we have a person coming in. Probably in November. Oh, I missed that card at the beginning. We'll hop back to that. I just saw my hello from heaven. But my bottom position is, a person coming in here. This is usually a younger person, or this is a generation gap between two people. So this is either like a mom and a daughter, a mom and a son. It could even be like niece, nephew, aunt, uncle, so it's showing generation gap, many years between these two people. So you can be on either end of this. You could be the young person, you could be the old person, and what they're referring to, depending on which one you are, find your placement first, is the opposite of that. So that's what's coming up in November. Maybe somebody coming in unexpected. Maybe you're going to see your daughter unexpectedly. She's going to make a surprise visit for Thanksgiving, or, something similar to that. And they're popping in. So whether it's popping in physically, or whether it's popping in, maybe this is somebody even from your past who you've lost touch with for some time, probably a less likelihood. This feels more like somebody you know. It's not somebody that's just going to be like a complete shock that they're popping back in. But we do have somebody popping in here that you're not aware of is going to pop in. So surprise, Aquarius, we have a generation gap person here. Now I'm going to go back to that beginning of your cross, because I did miss my hello from heaven. That's also going to give me a good way to segue actually into my next phase here of what we're talking about, because hello from heaven is basically a deceased loved one of a lot of my Aquariuses taking this opportunity to say hi. This card has been popping in a lot for me in my personal readings, my private readings. The veil must be very, very thin right now. A lot of people from the other side are doing this little wave, doing this little, check-in. Hey, we're good. Just wanted to send you a little bit of love. And speaking of the love, I, for the first time, am offering this. This is my most requested thing that I do in my personal private readings, my 30-minute, my 60-minute full service. I get asked about this all the time. Can I check out on my loved ones? Can I see if they have any messages for me? So it's called My Messages from Heaven. I have done a huge promo video all about it, showing you how it's done, some live readings, of course, and that is now going to be offered in a private, personal product, an audio product, part of my mini audio series, my bite-sized readings. And that way, you don't have to buy a full service. Let's say you only are looking to do this thing only. Put out that telephone to the other side, and that's all you're trying to do through the veil. Well, now it's available as a personal audio product. So you don't even have to be there for the reading. It is available also as a video conference. If that's something you prefer to do it live, we can also do that. So this Messages from Heaven, for a short time here, is going to be offered at a great introductory rate. It is on the website, scottsagent.com. It is something you do not want to miss. If you've been waiting to connect with anybody who has passed, this is the best time to do it. The veil is thin, and I've just released that brand new product. So it's just like the perfect synchronicity of all these things happening at once. Let me also tell you about the brand new stuff in the shop, since we talked about the website and going to check out those products and new products. The new product in the physical store. The spiritual store just opened a few months ago. We've been adding one new product every single month to it, building it up. We have Scott Sagent Sage Soap. We have Sunflower Potpourri. We have the Sunflower Mister, that wonderful scent. And now we're doing t-shirts, sweatshirts, and upper body apparel. And we have two great designs. I'm going to be popping them up on the screen here to show you as I talk about them. We're starting with the two designs. It's the spiritual attire is what I was trying to say there. That is going to be pushed between now and December. December, I'm releasing two more designs, and this is going to be a big deal at some point. But right in time for Christmas, guys, they make great gifts. This is all of my orders in my shop are fulfilled by me. This is the first thing that is not. This is going to be third party by a group called Bonfire. They do a great job. When I signed on with them, all the contracts, all the agreements are on there, are very, very good and crisp. They handle the shipping for you, make it nice and easy. I'm going to have all the links to it in my shop, so it's just like you're shopping for it. It just takes you somewhere else to pay for it, and they're going to take care of you there. Check out the return policy as well, especially if you're in between sizes, and it's a great thing to do. Try to put some very, very good spiritual stuff out there, and I'm telling you, there's more coming that is just going to blow your mind. This is just the beginning, so check those out in the shop, and also that new product, that Messages from Heaven. So let's get back to your reading here. Moving into spot number 7, I couldn't pass on the Hello from Heaven. It's just the perfect segue into Messages from Heaven, same thing. All right, so when we move into spot number 7 here, this is the advice, and they really want you to have a social life here, Aquarius, and they don't want you to go over the top with this. They show that a healthy social life is huge for my great Aquariuses in the month of November, maybe more so than usual. This is it's not coming in as an issue, but they want to keep it not an issue. I mean, I know that me personally, I have a very easy time kind of isolating and turning into hermit mode and, just doing my own thing. And, sometimes we forget how important social interaction is to us as human beings. And that's what they remind you here. That is the advice, if you're not already doing it, is to have some fun with some friends and some family in the month of November. Of course, Thanksgiving gives us a great little marker to do such things. But, I would say it's a bigger scope than that. It's a bigger picture. And, even if you have some friends that you haven't seen in a while, probably be a good time to reach out. Hey, let's go grab lunch. Something simple would be just fine. So that's what they show there for the advice section. As we move up into the environment here, they wanted to talk about inaction in the workplace. So the work corner may be not kicking up that high gear yet. You might be at a lull. I know we talked about that above position of things getting busier. That's coming. That's coming if it's not here right now, but this environment, they show inaction with work. So maybe some of you are either neglecting putting enough action into work. I know we did talk about the future position needing the energy for work. So you can see that this work kind of stuff is going to be a big focus for my Aquariuses moving forward, whether it's right now, here right now, or if it's maybe later in the month. I always wonder about that since this reading is for the entire month. Are they talking about early November, middle November, or late November when this stuff comes in? And I have no way of knowing. In a Celtic cross, this is just talking about November. So, we have inaction with work that is going to have to be persevered or overcome. Whether it's lack of clients, whether it's, the business slowing down before it gets busy. Maybe it's even the calm before the storm. But this is going to be a part of your month that is going to be important because they've talked about it multiple times now. As we move up into spot number 9, this is hopes and fears, and it's a hope. So this is a good outlook. They basically are showing a new journey. A lot of my Aquariuses are hoping to start a new journey. For a lot of you, this is health related. They gave me healthy lifestyle, so it's very little room for error as far as reading that. It's very crisp and clear as far as what the intention is. So, eating right, getting the right diet, getting enough sleep, exercising enough, getting your health checked off, getting it marked off, getting another thing done here that you don't got to worry about. They say that a lot of my Aquariuses have been contemplating doing that, doing such things. And so, since we're talking about something brand new, because this is a new journey, this is extremely new moon energy, guys. Hugely new moon. So I'm going to take the segue now to talk about my moon cycles and tell you about the new moon and how you can capitalize on this health bubble, if you will, this opportunity, this window of opportunity for health in the month of November. So the first thing that comes in is the full moon. I'm going to tell you about that first. That hits on November the 8th, and that's the opportune time to get anything out of your life that you don't want there, that doesn't belong there. Maybe it's people you got to get rid of. Maybe it's stuff you got to sell, projects you got to finish up. Maybe it's habits you got to kick. Whatever it is, the universe doesn't care, but use this full moon energy toward the beginning of November. It doesn't have to be on the 8th. Anytime toward early November is key for getting stuff out of your life that you don't want. The full moon helps you do that. Adversely, we have the new moon. That's what we just kind of alluded to here, letting you know that this is going to be a big deal for my Aquarius, is that new moon, especially if you're trying to start something new with health. And what better time to do it than November? That's what Spirit is saying. It's like, hey, this is that window. What you gonna do with it? You gonna take it? You gonna let it slide? You gonna wait again? Or are we gonna pull the trigger and go? So what the new moon is, that hits on November 23rd, the day before Thanksgiving. This is the best time to start anything brand new with health, or new anything else either. Again, the moons don't care. So if you're trying to attract new love, you're trying to attract something new with work, you're trying to do something new financially, start new accounts, start different ways of saving money, stuff like that. Much better placed end of November, more so than earlier. You can do it really any time, but it's just harder to get it to stick if you do it against the current, so to speak. So, the healthy lifestyle coming in the day before Thanksgiving, you don't want to start a diet the day before Thanksgiving. That would just be torturous. And we're supposed to have fun here. This is, we're supposed to enjoy life and have a good time while we're here. So, that's why that window becomes important, because you can start the diet and you can start the exercise or whatever you're doing here the day after Thanksgiving. You can do it Black Friday. You could even do it that next Monday if you want. Really, any time toward the end of November is key. So take advantage of that, because Spirit has given you a big kind of window of opportunity here. They do not want you to miss, and I don't want you to miss it either. Good stuff. And then when we hit our final outcome here, well, actually, moon cycles. Let me wrap up. So moon cycles. If those confuse you at all, I've put together a moon cycle cheat sheet. It is free and it is on my website. It kind of goes over what we just talked about there, the new moon versus full moon, and how you can implement positive change into your life just a little bit smoother. Now that is parked on my videos tab on the website, scottsagent.com, videos. Go to the bottom there. You can check out that moon cycle cheat sheet graphic, and that is good for November. And I always post those up there for free for my great people. So check that out, guys, and implement positive change into your life. That's what it's all about. While you're at the website, make sure you're signed up for the newsletter program. That is at the very bottom of every single page. That is something you don't want to miss, because I give my great newsletter people a couple free readings every single year just by being signed up for them. In fact, they just got one here in November. So that's something that, signing up for, you'll never miss a free reading ever again. I take great care of them. I only send one newsletter email every single month. It's just for updates. Send some promo codes, save you guys money on readings and the different new products all the time. Talking about new products, we just talked about that, messages from heaven, but also follow the Facebook page, because I do giveaways there. Always fun stuff all over the place, guys. So newsletter is something you want to definitely take advantage of. So let's get into number 10, spot number 10. This is your final outcome for the month. This is a little bit of a, failure is not the right word. It's a learning experience. It's something that doesn't really work out the way you expected it to. And expectations, good time to talk about them too, because expectations are a little bit of ripoffs. Sometimes we expect something great to happen and then it doesn't happen, and then we're all of a sudden we're down in the dumps, and we're just like, it just really affects our morale and everything else. So expectations are, something I would just kind of like wean on that a little bit here in the month of November. I wouldn't expect, the greatest and the mightiest of things in this month. And we've had other signs kind of saying similar messages to that. This is the month for some challenges. This is the month for some new journeys with certain corners of your life. But as far as like big drastic change, that's something that is not here. Okay, so there's other things to be working on right now. This is more smaller energy month, like small little details instead of big picture, kind of what's right in front of your face. So any kind of setbacks that happen in the month of November, remember that the key word there is small. They are small setbacks. They are not meant to deter you from the race, the marathon that you are running. It's just like a little speed bump. Just like when you're in a car and you hit a speed bump, even if you didn't see it and it just shocked you and it, all of a sudden it's like boom, boom. Well, do you stop the car? Do you pull over? Do you inspect the area? No, you just keep driving. You get back up to speed and you go. And that's the advice for, when this setback happens for you, this small setback, is remember that we talked about it, so you kind of expect it. Keep the expectations, realistic here for the month of November and get back on course, because you guys have some good brand new moon energy coming in that you can take advantage of. That's what I want you to focus on the most. Now let's get into your rune stone before I do the angel card. Rune stone time. Give him a quartz swirl there, and here we go with your rune stone. Let me show you this guy right there. This is the rune stone of defense. So it kind of goes with what I just said, that this is smaller stuff right in front of your face. Look what's right in front of your face. Don't miss the small details in the month of November. Defense is like hold back. You don't need to go after things too much here, with the exception of health. They gave you the green light to go forward with health here in the month of November. But everything else, hold back a little bit. Play defense instead. So let it play out in front of you a little bit. Don't push too hard. Definitely don't rush things. I know we have that fast energy coming in work, and work is definitely going to need your energy and attention. But besides that, guys, let it play out in front of you. You can make the best decisions for you and get on the correct path by just actually, more is less here. Less is more. So that is the rune stone there. Let's get into your angel protection. That's going to cap off our reading, which has been a good one. Oh, this is a great way to end. Oh my goodness. Aquarius, they're saying here that you already know what to do. That's great. That's actually what it says on the card. Well, you know what to do. So when that happens, that's great, because I don't have to tell you what to do. You already know. So basically trust yourself. Trust your gut, your inner intuition, and act without delay when things trigger. When this work thing hits and you got to put a lot of time into work or energy into work or any other place that it kind of pops up, that speed bump we talked about, you know what to do. That is great news, because you can handle whatever they throw at you because you know what to do. You know how to handle it. So you guys are good. I'm not worried about you at all. Just a couple things to work on there. A couple great opportunities as well in the month of November, socially, health-wise, and we got a person popping in there too, that generation gap that wasn't, they're saying a lot of you are not aware of. So very specific reading, I must say. It has been a good one, Aquarius. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe so you see the future videos. That's it for me. Have a great November. Happy Thanksgiving.